Good afternoon. Welcome back to another fun edition of Keeping It Real with Jeff Richardson. I'm your host, Jeff Richardson. Thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with me. I am excited, as always, getting ready to come your way with two great interviews. We're going to be joined here by a couple of very lovely, talented ladies. I'm going to be joined first by model and actress Amanda Ellis. Amanda has appeared in dozens and dozens of popular magazines, Easy Rider, Maxim, a whole bunch of different ones. I'm sure you've seen her somewhere. We're going to talk to her about her career, what she's up to these days, and then after that I'm going to be joined by one of the biggest, most popular names in the adult industry. Angelina Castro is going to come on and join us as well. So two great interviews. If this is your first time checking out the show, thank you guys for spending a part of your day with us. We are a small, humble, fun show. We started about 9 months ago. We don't try and do anything fancy. All we do is bring you quality interviews with a wide variety of guests. I like to call this show a buffet because we bring you a little bit of everything. No matter what you like, we have it for you. I've interviewed 3 Grammy winners already. We've interviewed actors from hit shows like Big Brother, American Idol, The Office, The Wire, Sons of Anarchy, Tyler Perry's series The Haves and the Have-Nots, Love and Hip Hop New York. That show is like that's what everyone's talking about these days. I had on 2 of the biggest stars from there. Chrissy Monroe was on with us, and as well as Amina Butterfly. A lot of great guests. Go through, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just take a few minutes, browse, scroll through, check out our interviews. You're going to definitely find something on there that you like. And if you do, make sure you spread the word. Tell a friend about us. We're always looking to grow our audience. We are getting views from all over the place. I really am blown away. We're approaching 70,000 views, so thank you guys so much. I wanted to tell you guys thanks for that. Thanks also for all the birthday love that I got from you guys. My birthday was last week. A lot of fun, cool, well wishes. We always appreciate that as well. Get in touch with the show. You can holler at me if there's a subject you'd like to see us talk about, a guest you'd like to see me book. Make sure you send me an email, jrichardson_615@hotmail.com. I'll see if I can make that happen. Anything that you want to discuss, do that with me. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's jrichardson402 on Twitter. And the best way is to go to my Facebook page, Keeping It Real with Jeff Richardson and Ty Hakeem. Ty is my co-host. She's off today. But go to our Facebook page, like the page. I post links to all of our past interviews. There are links to our guests and their websites, pictures of all of our past guests. Everything that you need to know to be a part of our movement is on there. If you are fans of beautiful models, you have to go through. You're going to see interviews that I've had with Elizabeth Velasquez, Jasmine Dustin, Shanika Adams, Natalie Lichtenberg, Adrienne Van Loo. The list just goes on and on. And for you fans of the adult industry, you have to definitely subscribe to my channel because we've had some of the biggest names on in the world of porn. We've had on Cherie DeVille, Siren Demur, Mr. Marcus, Brandon Iron, Brianna Jordan, just the list goes on and on. Simone Sonnet, Goldie Star, some really fun interviews. We don't discriminate. If someone has a fun story and they want to come on with us, we will book them and get them on. Check out some of those interviews. I guarantee you're just going to see a different side of the industry, some behind the scenes kind of stuff, and I guarantee you're going to like what you see. Go check out the interview with Jocelyn Stone. Jocelyn was crazy. She was wild. She was blunt, honest, raw. Her show was probably our most. My ears are still kind of ringing and burning a little bit from that. She didn't hold back anything, so go check that out for sure. Anyway, I'm excited to have our 2 guests on today. I'm excited to have you being part of our movement. Subscribe to my channel. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get our first guest on the line, so sit tight and we'll jump right into our interview. And as promised, we are joined right now by the beautiful, talented actress, model, a little bit of, she can do a little bit of everything. Amanda Ellis is joining me. Amanda, how's your day going so far?
It's going awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you taking the time for me as well.
No problem. Looking very forward to it. We'll go ahead and jump right into it. You have an interesting background. You grew up in Atlanta, but recently you got a chance to do something really cool. You went and spent some time living in England in a village near the sea. First of all, what did your interest in that start? How did that all come about? And tell us about the experience.
It probably sounds a lot more glamorous. I never even thought that I would visit England. I always knew that Europe was gorgeous, but I met a man and fell in love, married a complete stranger.
Wow.
Had a child and lived on the seaside working in action sports. Actually, I've got my first job at IMG. It's a huge BMX bike company run by Carla Griggs, who is a former professional BMXer back when like Matt Hoffman and Dave Mira and all like the BMX was grimy BMX.
Gotcha.
So I worked there and rode my bike about an hour and a half round trip because that's what they did, and really got to explore the English countryside and discover what singing medals were very quickly.
Gotcha.
They were very overgrown driving through the Pagham Harbor, but it was awesome. I had a great time. The 4 years I went, I grew so much as a person, overcoming everything. I mean, I had a child overseas, so with no family, with a bunch of strangers that ended up being wonderful friends, and really, really got a taste of different culture, and I'm so blessed.
What do you think are the biggest differences in cultures between them and Americans? Like I know over there you're going to drink a lot of tea, and I know you said that you really you developed a love for tea.
Why you drink tea is because you want to go sit and enjoy each other's company. Things that, not that I think can't happen in this country, but people want to get together and watch TV together and drink tea, and they take time for one another there, and it's just a different life, and that's why I really wanted a child. I mean, I never thought I'd live in England, and I always thought I was going to be too busy in my life to have a child, and how fortunate was I to learn, from a good, solid family background, how important it is to get together on Sundays and talk about your week, and, all of these things I've learned that we are lacking, but, I'm working on in my own house, so I think family and friends and the people walk places, and it's never too cold to go outside because people would never leave their house.
Well, no, that sounds... It sounds like
going outside, and I made my little boy walk with me to the mailbox today, and it was only rain by the time we got outside, but it was gorgeous. And I think that a lot of things have been slipped out of the wayside.
Gotcha. That's a cool new perspective and way to look at things. I think I'm jealous that you got to go through that and experience that. I've always wanted to do that and be overseas and just see how people live and different ways of life. But first of all, let's go back a little bit to the modeling. When did your interest in that start? How did you get how did that become something that you wanted to do?
I started modeling when I was when I used to buy disposable cameras.
Okay.
And I would get all dressed up in my mom's clothes and all of her clothes that she hung on to for years, all her hippie clothes. And I'd get dressed up, and me and my girlfriends would have photo shoots in the bedroom. And it kind of branched out. I never looked at myself as anything special, but I loved to dress up. And I loved to, do all the little girly things that came with dressing up. And the collaboration of modeling actually came because I had a lot of friends that, ended up being in some kind of the entertainment industry and many facets of it. And for me, people were like, you got to do this. And I'm like, okay, well, they want me around because I'm no trouble and, I'm one of the guys. And, I just ended up really finding a passion for creating beautiful photos and the environments you get to take them in, and your swimsuit matches because it goes together.
Sure.
And you can layer it. And, things like that. Modeling aspect for me is the creative outlet that I'm able to have and I love all aspects of it. I've done everything from behind the scenes work, to hair and makeup, to modeling for myself for over, a decade now. And I love every branch of it. I do marketing. It's a way to portray yourself and make people happy, if that's not a weird thing to say.
No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
So what's that like, though? I mean, when you go into this field, you know that there are literally thousands of other girls, beautiful women all around the world that are wanting to do the same thing that you want to do. You go into auditions, there might be 150 people there trying to get the same job. How do you stay on an even keel and not get down on yourself and maintain your confidence when you know going in that there's maybe a 1 in 150 chance that you're going to actually get the job?
Exactly. I think you should look at it as that, if anything, you're gaining experience. You know what you're gaining? You're learning how to be patient in line.
Yep.
You're learning how to sit there and be quiet and occupy yourself while you're waiting to be called. You got to find the good in the bad. You're not going to get every job, But the way you've got to know is if you can leave this whole industry with your head held high and knowing that you have never done anything or that you couldn't tell your grandma about or make your grandma blush, if you can't hold when you leave there, then you're not ready to be thrown to the wolves yet.
Gotcha.
But not everybody's going to like you, and that's learned at a very young age. Not everybody wants to be your friend, and it's not always your turn to have the ball. So you got to wait patiently because you're talented. You just have to wait for the right people to see your gift.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're visiting with Amanda Ellis. Amanda, just a few more quick questions for you. I'll let you get out of here. This is a question I always ask. Is it sort of like a blessing and a curse being beautiful? I know that sounds kind of like a weird question, but...
I can completely interject and say that beauty is so funny to me because everybody is ugly to somebody. Nobody's beautiful. Nobody is anything better. It's all about how you hold yourself, and that makes you beautiful. And it's so, people say beauty comes from the inside, and everyone's like, oh, everybody says that. That's because it's true.
Yeah.
And who you are on the inside will radiate. And so it doesn't matter being beautiful or being ugly. Just embrace whoever the heck you are and move on with it, because it's your time to shine no matter what you look like.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, what about this? I've got to ask you this. What was your first reaction the first time? You've been in a million different magazines. You're very, very successful and established in the industry. What was it like the first time you're standing in line at the grocery store and you're thumbing through a magazine and you see yourself there? I'm trying
my God.
I'm trying to think. I always ask people that question because I'm looking at it. If it was ever me in that situation, I'm doing the Maury Povich show, the happy dance. You're not the father.
You still won't do that.
Jumping up and down. What did you do?
It was so actually really embarrassing. It was Christmas time. My mom wanted one of my Easy Rider magazines that came out in January. And so I went to Walmart, and I just dropped my kid off at daycare clothes, which, sweats, no makeup, ponytail, just trying to, get my mom this magazine and get back home so I can get ready. And the lady at the checkout was like, oh, Christmas presents, and I was like, no, that's me on the cover for my mom. And she was like, no way. And I was just, it was really funny because I just said it nonchalantly. And it's not a big, to me, I've been working for this my whole life. That, to me, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to get this for my mom so I can get home. Because it's really been my passion for so long that when you try, I don't know, it's just, you just do it. You just go and you're proud.
Absolutely. Are you one of the
people?
I
looked a mess.
So, are you one of these people then that you're just blessed genetically, as far as what your diet? You're very petite. You're about 100 pounds. Do you have to work really hard and watch what you eat and work out a lot, or is it something that just sort of comes easy for you?
Mine's been a lifestyle change. I started working out when I was 14.
Okay.
I used to clean gym equipment for a free membership to this gym called Cosmos in Roswell, Georgia. So I really got into working out and eating right because it makes me feel good. And now it's been so long that I've done it that I would hate to say it's genetics, but it's more of a lifestyle that I've had for myself for so long in my own zone. But I only do it for 30 minutes.
Wow.
It's a lifestyle that I've lived, and it's not a blessing. It's just the path that I chose for myself. I don't like the way I feel when I eat gross food. No instant gratification of a candy bar is going to help my stomach pains later because I don't eat like that. So I'd rather just not.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Well, before you go, we end with a segment called Rapid Fire. I just throw some topics out and just get first thought from whatever comes to mind. So, first of all, speaking of diet and everything, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is, I come over to England, it's a vindaloo. It's one of the spiciest curries you can eat, and it is so good.
Okay. A city that you haven't had a chance to visit yet, but that is high up on your list, the first place you want to go?
Bali.
All right. I know you're transitioning over into acting, so we're going to cast you in a big blockbuster movie. Who are you going to choose as your dream male co-star to star opposite of you?
Rob Dyrdek.
All right. And is there a weird habit or superstition about you, something quirky or unusual that we would never guess?
I have to sleep with my feet under the blanket, even if I was sleeping in like 100-degree room.
Okay. All right. Well, before you go, you've been amazing so far. I really enjoyed the conversation. What are you working on right now? Let us all know about your website, your social media, how we can keep up with you and everything you've got going on.
Well, I was just featured in in Maxim, South Africa Monday. They did their first launch with me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been featured on Playboy Mexico a couple times over the beginning of this year, and also their affiliate magazine, which is Revista Open. And I've got some submissions out there right now to some international Playboys, so fingers crossed.
Definitely.
And I'm headed to LA in April. But you could definitely find me on my website. I'm trying to keep it updating it now as we speak at www.amandaellisxo.com, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at AmandaEllisXO. And my Facebook is full. So if you could please, I do also take control of my fan page. I don't have a moderator, so it is still me. But at facebook.com /Amanda Ellis fans.
Okay, very, very cool. Well, congratulations on all the things that you've got going on. I know there's a lot of big things and a lot of success in your future. I appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy coming on, hanging out, and spending a few minutes with me today.
No, awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and I really look forward to everything I can share with you all in the future.
Sounds good. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Amanda Ellis, very, very passionate, energetic, bubbly young lady. She's got a lot of cool things on there. Go check out some of her things that she's got on her website. She's got a lot of cool pictures, videos. Her resume is just incredible. You just go through. She's been the spokesperson for some of the biggest companies out there, so very, very accomplished what she's been able to do in a short amount of time. That will do it for this episode. Positive people doing positive things. Go to the YouTube channel right now, subscribe to Jeff Richardson, scroll through, browse, check out some of our other interviews. You're going to see other great interviews just like this. If you like what you see, make sure you tell a friend and show some love.